Hi, this is Morley, and this is the M-Wire. Well, folks, we have some good news out of Georgia. Judge Amero will allow the Georgia bee review case to proceed for now. Now, we're going to get into the particulars of this as well as what 45 had to say about this, but I assure you folks, this is going in the right direction, even though he didn't call for a full-on forensic audit of Fulton County, let alone the entire state. Without further ado, let's get into the particulars of this. This article was published in the Charlotte Observer, which they obtained from the Associated Press. A judge on Thursday allowed a lawsuit alleging F in Georgia's most populous county during the no-election and seeking review of absentee bees to move forward for now. Originally filed in December, the lawsuit says there's evidence of effluent bees and improper bee counting in Fulton County. The county e-board and county court clerks had filed motions to dismiss the lawsuit. They argued, among other things, that the lawsuit was barred by sovereign immunity, a principle that says the state and local governments can only be sued if they agree to it. How can you agree to be sued? After holding a hearing on these motions Monday, Henry Court Superior Court Chief Justice Brian Amero, who was specially appointed to preside over the case, agreed. He ruled that the constitutional claims against these entities are barred by sovereign immunity and dismissed them. On the surface, that sounds like that's terrible news, but it's really not. You'll see what I mean in a minute. He also granted a request by the petitioners to add the individual members of the county e-board as respondents in the lawsuit. He wrote a footnote that the claims against the individual board members may be barred by official immunity and that the record is not sufficiently developed to warrant such a conclusion. The suit was filed by 9 Georgia Viers and spearheaded by Garland Favorito, a longtime critic of Georgia's e-systems. As part of the suit, they are seeking to inspect some 147,000 absentee bees to determine whether there are IBs among them. Several e-workers and volunteers have signed sworn statements saying they saw absentee bees during the audit that weren't creased from being mailed, appeared to be marked by a machine rather than by hand, and were printed on different paper. The lawsuit also repeats a widely circulated claim that an F based on security video that shows cases of ballots being pulled from under a skirted table and counted while observers and the news media weren't present. Fulton County officials have consistently defended the integrity of the E and have criticized the bee review effort. Fulton County Board of Commissioners Chairman Rob Pitts after Thursday's ruling that the lawsuit is the result of meritless claims. Last year I told 45 and others who pushed the big lie to put up or shut up, Pitts said in an emailed statement. It's been 6 months and still no proof of wrongdoing has been produced. Enough is enough. This whole circus must end. The Secretary of State's office says it has investigated the claims and found no evidence of F. An independent monitor who observed Fulton County's e-operations as part of a consistent agreement said he witnessed sloppy practices and systematic mismanagement, but said there was nothing that should be cast doubt on the county's e-results. The bees are kept under seal in the custody of the clerk of Fulton County Superior and Magistrate Courts. Amero in April ordered the court clerk to release the scanned absentee bee images. At a hearing last month, Amero ordered that the paper bees themselves be unsealed so that the petitioners who filed the lawsuit can inspect and scan them. He had a meeting for May 28 with the parties to sort out the logistics of how the review and scanning paper bees would proceed, but that meeting was canceled so he could hear the motions to dismiss first. Favorito hailed Thursday's ruling and the naming of the individual e-board members as respondents as continuing a string of victories, including the order to unseal the bees. Now this is a win, folks. Even though he didn't order a full audit of Fulton County, let alone the whole state, the fact that he is allowing this to proceed is certainly a win, because I think what he's going to do is he's going to allow this in stages. 145,000 absentee bees is a very good cross-section to look at to see if there's anything that is there that shouldn't be there. He's also going to set very stringent parameters in which this takes place. which is very good. You can't have the wild, wild west with an audit. There has to be rules in place. So I'm thinking out of 145,000 absentee Bs, if there's something, you know, a little bit kind of twisto-strangeo, he's going to authorize a further audit and analysis of this information. Think about it, because a precedent has and will be set. Here's what 45 had to say, among other things, about the process that's currently going on in Maricopa County and soon to be many other places. We got a big victory yesterday in court, and as you probably heard, we're watching being reported. In Georgia, a big victory. Arizona, the senators are great patriots. I tell you, Karen Fann and Borelli and all of these senators, they are great patriots, and they will be recognized as such with what they are doing in the forensic audit. And it's starting now in Pennsylvania. You have some great senators up there. It's starting in Wisconsin. I think the people running the Senate in Michigan, they'll be overthrown. There's something very wrong going on in Michigan. Detroit was one of the worst places, maybe the single worst place in the U.S., and they're trying to pretend nothing happened. Detroit always has been very, very corrupt with respect to ease. Probably the worst in the country. And the Republicans there are trying to throw it under the rug, so I think they'll be primaried and get them out because they're no good. You have to know about it to go forward. Well, folks, the way I see it is this. If that's good enough in Georgia for 45 right now, it's good enough for me. Well, thank you for coming along with me to my update. Please remember to like, to comment, to share the video, and to subscribe to this channel as well as my backup channel, link in the description box. Thank you so much, and God bless.